I tell you what, guys, there is never a shortage of content with HSR these days. Had no idea something like this was coming out, but we just got an animated short, Harmony Greets the New Year, a new Honkai Star Rail trailer. I do believe it is, I just seen it. We have Guinaifen and Su Shang on the splash art. What am I saying? On the thumbnail. No idea what this might be. Just under 4 minutes. Let's give it a watch and let's see what we can figure out about this brand new video. Oops. There we go. Looks like a D-Ting maybe? Oh.
Is this?
Wait, maybe not.
It's what the Xianzhou people use in their traditional dance.
Oh, I
Dragon's
forgot that guy's
form
name.
and lion's likeness.
Oh, it is like a D-Ting.
Put them on. You two will be performing shortly.
I can't wait for Hoyo to start making their own animes, dude.
Let me
This is
give them
so
some
good.
eyes first. That's what brings them to life.
Whoa.
All right, on with it.
Absolutely stunning artwork. It always is. But HSR, Hoyoverse as a company, never ceases to wow me with the art style that they put together in these trailers. Just fantastic work every single time. I'm so sorry. I had to say it. Let's go on with it. It looks so good. I wonder if this is another one of these, like, trailers by Ufotable.
We're second to none.
We got Don Hung, we got Yukong chilling.
Give us a cheer.
Our general!
The show has begun.
The Jade Gate shines in brilliant solar might. Both heaven and earth alike are bathed in light.
This reminds me of the art from the Xianzhou,
Toward the sun, the
like the
dragon
ship's trailer.
starts to
Yeah!
soar. As echoing through the clouds, the lions roar.
It's gotta be Jing Yuan and DHIL, right?
The dragon shaketh from the skies. As tearing through the lands, the lion flies. Both wind and rain imbue the mountain air. The one without the other, half as fair.
So
In
sick.
evil's
So
grasp,
sick.
the Xianzhou starts to quake. The land submerged in turgid evil's wake.
Bars, by the way.
Throughout the dells are felt the scars of war, inviting wind and barren sands and more. The dragon, now deprived of water's home. The lion, weak from battle, all alone.
Oh, man.
Outnumbered in the order 10 to 1. How then is the battle to be won?
I love this art style. Yup, Don Hung, Jing Yuan, of course. Of course. The subtle lore in this is so good.
Yet dragon, lion, both return to fight. The battle shared in memory, burning bright.
Oh, this is
In
so
evil
good.
vanquished lies tomorrow's earth, from which we reap the joy of laughter, wine, and mirth.
So good. Amazing! I love seeing all the characters get little cameos too. So nice, man. The bestest of friends. Amazing. Damn, that felt like it went by super fast. That did not feel like it took 4 minutes at all. Okay, as always, we got to watch this through a second time. Very subtle hints to the lore here, but essentially what they just gave us with beautiful animations is essentially a recap of the Xianzhou Luofu's history, specifically around Jing Yuan and DHIL. If you guys are hip to the lore, I'm sure you guys picked up on that. Not to mention I'm yapping about it the whole time, but I will point it out for people that maybe aren't as in tune to what's going on, and who doesn't want to watch this beautiful animation one more time through, dude. Let's enjoy it a second time. I really want to know, pause real quick, like, is this ufotable? Like, does it say anything about it? Nah, like, I have no idea, because we did get those Genshin trailers that were by ufotable, and there's been talks about Hoyo putting together, like, a Genshin anime. I think it would absolutely kill if they did that, but this art style is fantastic. If they were going to make a show, this is exactly how I would want it to be animated.
Is this?
It's what the Xianzhou people use in their traditional dance. Dragon's form and lion's likeness.
I'm also curious, like, is it because it is, like, Chinese tradition to use dragon and lion that that's how they represented Jing Yuan and DHIL? Or did it just happen to work out that way? Surely it's the former, right? Like, dude, Hoyo always thinks these things through so well.
Put them on. You two will be performing shortly.
You'll see, little boy. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me give them some eyes first. That's what brings them to life.
So
All right,
good.
on with it.
Dude, this scene looks incredible. Just that little 2-3 seconds. So good.
Dragons and
Okay, so we see Dan Heng, we see Yan Qing. I would like to point out the characters too, just in case anybody missed them. I actually didn't even notice Yan Qing the first time through. But Dan Heng, very important to this, as we know, in Baibu Lune, formerly Dan Feng.
lions. We're
We've got Yukong right here on the steps with the children.
second to none. So give
Jing Yuan, our general, baby!
us a cheer. It's time for some fun. The show
Side cranes.
has begun.
Obviously, there. Okay, so we did get the Myriad Celestia trailer talking about the history of the Vidyadhara race and, you know, their relationship with the Xianzhou Luofu. This has very similar, just art in general. There's another word I was trying to think of, but smooth brain. Very similar art, and I feel like it's the exact same, narrator from that, Myriad Celestia trailer.
It shines in brilliant solar might.
Okay.
Both heaven and earth alike are bathed in light.
Wait for it.
Toward the sun, the dragon starts to soar.
Okay, so very obvious here, but in Baibu Lune, aka Dan Heng, with the dragon, Jing Yuan with the lion. Easy enough,
As
right?
echoing through the clouds, the lions roar.
But, Pulse Champ.
Great reigns the dragon.
So the great reigns the dragon shaketh from the skies. If you guys don't know the backstory on Baibu Lune, he is the representative of the Azure Dragon, which is one of 5 of Long Scions, aka Long the Permanence, the former Eon, essentially sent out 5 like subsidiary dragons, I guess we could call them. And the one of those, the Vidyadhara High Elder aboard the Xianzhou Luofu, is responsible for the Azure Dragon, which is responsible for the clouds and the rain. So we're tying that in right here.
Shaketh from the skies, as tearing through the lands, the lion flies.
I really don't know if there's much else behind the lion other than I'm pretty sure Jing Yuan like had a lion companion that he battled with, but I think that's just a representation there.
Both wind and rain imbue the
Again, wind and rain, you know, it makes sense. Azure Dragon.
mountain air. The one without the other, half as fair.
So I think that's a nod to the fact that they used to fight alongside one another prior to what we know would happen with Dan Feng and then the banishment of, you know, Imbiber Lune, essentially.
In
So
evil's
without
grasp,
each other,
the
not quite as good.
Xianzhou starts to quake.
And then the Evil's Grass is obviously talking about the denizens of abundance and essentially the, I can't think of the name of it, the ambrosial arbor with that tree coming through and everything like that.
The land submerged in turgid evil's
I think that bloom is a representation of the tree.
Felt the scars of war, in biting wind and barren sands and more.
So good.
The dragon, now deprived of water's home.
So again, talking about the banishment of Dan Feng, who, was reincarnated as Dan Heng, banished from the water's home, banished from the Xianzhou Luofu, which was housing, again, a Biber Lunay.
The lion, weak from battle, all alone.
I think that's an ode to the fact that Jing Yuan, once part of the High Cloud Quintet, we already know in Biber Lunay, Dan Heng now was banished. Jing Liu succumbed to Mara struck. Ming Xing, essentially Blade, also had his own undoing and, became Blade, became part of the Stellaron Hunters. And unfortunately, I'm going to mess up her name, but the other lady of the group unfortunately perished. So General Jing Yuan, who used to fight alongside this High Cloud Quintet, and, essentially, or not essentially, but specifically with Imbiber Lunay as the two, powerhouses aboard the Xianzhou Luofu, he no longer has any of these companions for various reasons. So, weak from battle, all alone. He's just doing it solo dolo since the falling out, we could call it.
Outnumbered in the order 10 to 1. How then is the battle to be won?
But wait! Fu Xuan, by the way. Our general again. Yes, Dan Heng to the rescue, baby. Just in time, just when they needed him the most.
Yet Dragon Lion both return to fight.
Ah, so good. So when things were looking like, what's the word for it? Like looking meek? Is that the right word? Anyway, when things were getting a little sketchy, Dan Heng makes this return, perfect timing, and Biber Lunay is back. And as we know, both Jing Yuan and Dan Heng and Biber Lunay needed to be there in order to defeat Fantilia. So good.
The battle shared in memory, burning bright.
Just like the good old days.
Evil vanquished lies tomorrow's curse, from which we reap the joy of laughter, wine, and mirth.
Dude, and honestly, that flower that I was saying was like a representation of the abundance. It does also look like the flowers that Fantilia summons in that weekly boss fight. So good. And the music is flawless. Let me run it back just a little bit. This is so good.
Evil vanquished lies tomorrow's curse, from which we reap the joy of laughter, wine, and mirth.
So good. So good. QQ. Hooray! We got Fuofa. I think there's a couple more. Yep, Hanya and Shui Yi. Our general. Bai Lu. And good old Dan Heng, baby. So good. So good. I mean, beautiful animation in general. Even if you didn't catch the backstory behind it, even if you're just watching this animation knowing nothing about Honkai Star Rail, absolutely beautiful. The storytelling is so good, but when you know the background and you can tie together the pieces, it just makes it that much better for me. But let me know what you guys thought of it. Leave a comment down below. What did you notice? Is there anything that I missed on it? Did you know the backstory of the Xianzhou Luofu? I know a lot of people like to spam click, but I if you couldn't tell, I enjoy the lore. But yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought, and I shall see you guys in the next video.